So you probably saw the title of this video saying to obsess over your habits, and the first thing you thought of is going back to your nofap counter and going, yeah, I'm doing good. I'm on day 15 of nofap. I'm fucking killing it. But that's not what this video is about. It's also not about making your habits a 24/7 thing in your mind to the point where you literally obsess over it. You'll understand what I mean by the end of this video. First thing I would encourage you to do is to figure out which habits there are that you want to progress on, that you want to do. Is it the gym? Is it nofap? Is it your diet? Is there another habit? Getting out there and talking to people, trying to practice persuasion and influence? Is it uploading videos daily? Whatever that is, first step I would encourage you to do is to set a minimum level. So what I mean by that is that for the gym, when you're starting off, set a minimum level of, say, 3 days a week. Something that you think is, in the back of your mind, you're thinking it's not enough, but at the moment you're thinking, look, I will be satisfied if I can do that. So for YouTube, for me, my minimum is 2 videos a week. If I can do more, fan-fucking-tastic. But I'm not gonna push myself or get upset if I can't do 8 videos a week or whatever arbitrary number I set for myself. The reason for that is because if you have that minimum level and you achieve that, every single step that you do after that feels like a million more than it actually is. So let me repeat that. If you set yourself to go 3 times to the gym, and instead you go 5. That's 66% more than you aim to do. And that's really good. If the next day you only go 3, that's fine. You still hit your goal. Once you've done that for a couple of weeks, let's just say a month, then you can try and up it to 4. Another couple of months, you can up it to 5. And so on. What so many people do is they will set a goal that is too high for them to achieve when they are first starting out. Once you've gotten better at it, then you can start to set these unrealistic goals. Let's say that you've been going to the gym for 2 years, 4 days a week. By that point, you can set yourself the unrealistic goal of going 7 days a week for an hour each day. You can set that goal because even if you don't make it, you're not going to become dissuaded from going at all because you've already set that habit up. So what I mean by that is you need to obsess over that minimum number. Obsess that you're going to hit that minimum number. If it's nofap, for example, obsess that you're going to make it 4 days. Not 4 days in a row, 4 days this week. Then up it to 5, then up it to 6, then up it to 7. Instead of tracking this streak, instead of tracking the number of days that you've been consistently going to the gym, or number of weeks, or anything like that, which is, I know, contrary to what I just said, but set a minimum and focus on that instead. And don't go overboard. Start with something very, very simple, and obsess over that. What do I mean by obsess? I want you to write down that goal somewhere and track whether you've met it or not. Track it daily if you can. If not, track it weekly. If you're saying that you're going to exercise for at least half an hour for 3 days this week, awesome. That's a perfect start. Write that goal down. Either write down the 3 days that you did it, say Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or do a little box from Monday to Sunday and then tick the ones that you did and track that you have done that. Track that you have done that. Once you start to build that habit tracker up, you'll be able to see whether you are or aren't meeting that. And the best part about doing that sort of tracker is that if that week you did actually do 4 days, awesome, you can tick the 4th day. And it's not about seeing your failures. It's about seeing your successes, actually. It's not about looking at it and going, wow, I missed 4 weeks in the past 6 months. That's a whole month's worth of progress that I've wasted. No. It's actually about the fact that you succeeded for that many weeks. You succeeded for that many weeks. That is what's going to push you. That is the obsession I'm talking about. Because eventually you'll hit this point where it switches from intention into a straight habit. For example, I started waking myself up at 7 o'clock every single morning with an alarm. And there were plenty of days where I was like, fuck it, I'm going back to bed. And then I'd wake up again and I just wouldn't tick that one that I woke up. I went back through that habit tracker and yeah, there were probably about 20 or so days where I slept in anyways or ignored the alarm or forgot it or something else happened. Stayed up late and then decided, yeah, I really don't feel like getting up this morning. So that started back in January. About midway through January, I decided I was going to change that. And now, my body wakes itself up every single morning between 7 and 7:30, whether I have an alarm or not. Doesn't matter if the blinds are open or closed. My body wakes itself up naturally now. If I don't get to bed until 1 a.m., my body still wakes me up at 7 o'clock. I have an alarm set for 7:30 just in case, but my body wakes itself up. And if I really wanted to push myself, I could probably get up at 6 a.m., 5 a.m. earlier. It's only because I obsessed over this habit. I made sure that rather than counting the number of days, I was counting when I was consistent and going, awesome, I did this X amount of weeks. That is what's going to get you to achieve those habits. Right now, I'm trying to build up the habit of going to the gym 6 days a week. And let me tell you, it is tiring. There are some days where I have these little weights at home, about 2-3 kilos. There's some days where I go, well, if I just did a light rep day, I mean, I did exercise, so it counts, but I push myself through that because I am obsessed with meeting that habit. And eventually there'll be a point where not only am I not feeling guilty for not going doesn't even really become an option. It's just like, yep, that's something I got to do. It's something I got to do before I get onto the rest of my work. And yeah, if I have to miss a session occasionally, that happens. But I know reach a point where it becomes so much of a habit that missing it almost doesn't become a problem because I know I'll be back at it the next week and I'll be tracking it to know whether I did or didn't. Anyways, thank you guys again for watching. Leave a like if you liked it. I don't think there's dislikes anymore, so just type in the comment that I am an idiot. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.